Hello everyone, about a day or two ago, I saw the movie Inside Out, and due to the advertisements of it, and the whole idea of it, and what I thought of the trailer, I was not looking forward to this movie at all. I thought it was going to be really dumb. I thought it was going to be the biggest disappointment of Disney. So, a bunch of certain things going on with this movie when I first saw this trailer. But the advertisements really made it out to be something truly special, and yeah, it had some great praises from critics. So I saw it, and with my doubt in my mind into it, excuse me, I had my own doubts to see this, but I saw it, and I'm really shocked at how good this movie is. Now, is it Pixar's best film? No. Is it in the... Which, by the way, I did make my top 5 favorite Pixar films. And I saw that right after... that video right after I made my... right after I saw Inside Out. Check out that list. Check out the video that is just on my channel. You'll really enjoy that video. But while this may not be my personal favorite, or one of, I would say, top 5 best, I would still seriously highly suggest this film. This film, to me, is surprising. I was surprised at how good it was. I'm sorry about my necklaces. I thought the animation was beautiful. I loved the voice actors. I loved the angle where it was going in. I loved the POV that each of these how each of these emotional characters, like fear, anger, disgust, happy, and sadness, all of the how they actually kind of do portray one another in certain ways. It's like happy can become actually a bit depressed at times. Anger can't always be happy. I mean, it cannot always be angry. It can actually be pretty happy at times. So I like how how these emotional type of characters that you have of those 5, how they really bounce off each other, and I thought they were really great. And the main story of this movie is basically this 10, 11-year-old girl who's is at a difficult time of her life. And she really needs to she's really struggling with her emotions. And I just thought, oh my god, they're really going to butcher this. Like, the picture's going to be like, oh ho ho, don't worry kids, your emotions are like this, don't worry. It's like, do not worry, this film is highly fictionalized. However, I will say, if you are going to take your kids to see this, kids who are under 10 years old, God, fucking necklaces here. Then I would sincerely say you should at least talk to them and tell them about emotions before seeing this movie. It's like, even though I'm sure kids won't be that stupid to think this is real because it's not super fictionalized, I would still suggest talking to your kids about the emotional stability of their own emotions. Like, tell them that they should not be ashamed in how they feel. This is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. Tell them this before they see the movie. Otherwise, this movie will just make them feel unbelievably like almost emotional, and at times it can kind of flip off. At times, like the character of her becoming the girl in this movie, like this moment where she'll be happy, but then she would be immediately sad, and I'm just like, that kind of can't throw the mood off, because I'm like, I understand she's young and she can't really control her emotions. But the way they switch so fast, it makes you think the main character, the girl, is bipolar, and that really can confuse the message at times. But I love the characters. The main girl herself, who all these 5 emotions take place inside of her head. I found her particularly not really the most inventive character. Like, she's not that engrossing, but she's fine. She does the part well. The voice actors are good. The effects are great. The mom and dad, to be honest, were a bit boring, even though I could understand the struggle of what's going on, and they were done fine. The voice actors were okay, the animation was great, but it's like I understood why they weren't that great because they're not really the main focus. The main emotional anguish and the comedy of what's going on with the voice actors who are playing the five emotions, that's where the main focus should be on, and I was surprisingly really shocked at how good they were. Like the voice actors up here. You have Amy Poehler as Joy, you have Mindy Kaling as Disgust, you have Phyllis Smith as Sadness, you have Bill Hader as Fear, and Lewis Black as Anger. You know, all these people, I thought they were cast great and they were really great. However, for me, there were two who really stood out. The first one is Amy Poehler as Joy. I just love this complete upbeat, really energetic, truly up for anything feeling that she really brought to the role of Joy. I thought she was incredibly positive and really funny, and she was a total blast. And I thought she was great. But for me, of all the voice actors in this movie, there's one who really stood out, and a lot of people are praising who is the best, and in my opinion I agree. It is Lewis Black as Anger. Brilliant casting. After seeing a lot of his comedies over the years, because I'm a bit of a, I may not be his biggest fan, but I really do enjoy his comedy. Like, oh my god, what a perfect cast. Like, seeing a bunch of his comedy and how he brings out this true energy of negativity and anguish and type of brutality brings to his own feelings when he makes all his comedy, and he does like that finger type of thing, like you really see him really get a lot of their, like, granted they're not really stepping out their own boundaries, but these are very much like perfect casting. It's like, granted they're not doing like a whole Marlon Brando route where they do different variations to certain characters. It's like, no, this is a world that's clearly meant for them. It's like Lewis Black as Anger. How perfect could that be? And it really is. It's hilarious, and he really stood out for me. He was absolutely phenomenal. I loved him in this movie. The story, while a little okay on the surface and got a bit repetitive, I still was truly enjoyed by it, and I thought it was incredibly investing. I love the effects. Of course, I said before, the characters are great. The ending, yeah, I'm gonna say it's a bit of emotional. But aside from that, I thought it was very emotional. I will say it kind of does tap into the subconscious of your mind, and it shows how what emotions truly are to us. There's something to overcome. There's something that you don't have to master, but it's okay to admit to yourself that if I get this sort of feeling in myself, that is totally normal, and the film does in the end actually try to show that. Is like the parents do kind of confront, like, I don't think this is a big spoiler, but it's like the parents kind of confront their daughter. They're kind of like, you know what, but how you're feeling, it's alright, it's normal, you went through that phase too. And I'm just like, you know, with my own idea of these characters being exaggerated or stupid, I thought that would have been terrible, but the way they were done in this movie was just, I really underestimated the writing team in this movie. I really thought they were great. They were great. The comedy was very good, I will admit too. The comedy was incredible. I love the comedy. I actually had a lot of great laughs. Like, I saw this in a packed theater with a bunch of younger kids, and I could say there's about almost 10 moments. There's a closest between 7 and 10 moments where the whole audience was just in bursts of laughter. Not just the kids, but the adults were laughing too. They were all laughing, and it was just a complete blast to see it with a full theater experience. And yeah, not needed in 3D. You really don't need it in 3D. I would not recommend it. But I really, really love. I wouldn't say I love this movie because I do have problems with it. I have a few, but I really thought this movie was great. I thought it was definitely one of their better films. Like, is this gonna be their new Toy Story or Incredibles? Maybe, probably not, but I really enjoyed this movie for what it was, and I think it was one. It's like, to me, it's kind of like what Incredibles should have been in a certain route. It's like, you know what? Fuck, I don't know. I kind of said no sense there. But I do have a few problems. Number one, I do think the beginning, like the first 10-15 minutes, are a bit slow, and I do think, as far as Pixar, I would say routes, but I would say things we've seen in Pixar films before, like you will see it in this movie, and if you know Pixar films like the back of your hand, or like me, then you can tell that it's not that 100% original. I hate to say it, it's not that original. And the concept, the idea of like these characters inside their minds controlling things that are human, I'm like, it's been done before, but there's definitely a lot more heart and genuine nature and effort put in this film more than any other film. But still, it's like on the context of itself, it's like same thing with Ex Machina. Is that, goddamn, that's a weird comparison. Is that the concept on the surface is not that original. And that's my number one problem with the film, is that there's a lot of moments where I'm just like, it may think it's being clever and original, although they are being clever and they are giving a new spin. However, it's not original, and I'm sorry to say that, it's just not original. However, I will say, it's not what they've done before, not it's how they do it now, and the way they do it. Of course, I highly applaud them for doing that. So, and yeah, I thought the first 15 minutes were a bit slow, and I can't forget what I said. I have problems with this movie, and my last problem is that I do think the way they portray the emotions going into it at times does get a bit confused. Like, I'm like, I understand she's a kid and it's very emotional, but there's a lot of moments where you make it, where you're just like, no, she's not like that. She's kind of bipolar at times, and it kind of can throw the message off at times. However, at that point for me, I feel like I'm being incredibly nitpicky. But aside from that, I would genuinely love this movie. I thought it was a true surprise, and for me, it's one of my biggest. And I think maybe my top 5 or 7 biggest favorites of the year so far. I really love this movie. It's definitely my top 5 or 7 so far this year. And yeah, I'm gonna make that. It may be, in my opinion, it may be that they're great. I really love this film for what it was. It has problems, of course, but in the end, Inside Out, for me, it was a true, genuine Disney Pixar surprise for me, and in the end, I was truly shocked at how good this movie was. I'm gonna give Inside Out an 88%. That's my rating for this movie, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed my review of the latest Pixar movie, Inside Out. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching. I'll see you till later with another movie review. Till then, I'm out.